I work as a cryptid hunter for the government. These are my experiences. My name is Agent Marcus Hayes. Before I became a hunter of the unknown, I was just another face in the crowded streets of a bustling city. My childhood was marred by tragedy, losing my parents at a young age to a senseless act of violence. Raised in foster care, I found solace in books and eventually pursued a career in law enforcement. Little did I know that my path would veer into the shadows of a world beyond comprehension. As a government agent, my days were regimented yet filled with a sense of purpose. I woke before dawn, the remnants of nightmares still clinging to my mind. Breakfast was a mere formality, a fuel to prepare me for the day's challenges. The office was a labyrinth of bureaucracy and whispers, where orders were given in hushed tones and secrets lurked in every corner. My daily routine involved meticulous preparation, reviewing case files, honing my skills at the firing range, and attending briefings that hinted at horrors lurking just beyond the veil of normalcy. My colleagues were like family, united by a shared understanding of the dangers we faced. But beneath the camaraderie lay an unspoken fear, the knowledge that our lives were tethered to the edge of the abyss. The Amazon rainforest was a world unto itself, teeming with life yet hiding mysteries that few dared to uncover. My first mission as a government agent thrust me into this humid labyrinth of green, where rumors of disappearances and eerie symbols drew me deeper into the heart of darkness. Villagers spoke in hushed tones of encounters with shadowy figures that slipped between the trees like specters, leaving behind a palpable sense of fear and unease. I navigated through dense foliage, my senses on high alert, as the humidity pressed in around me like a suffocating blanket. The air was heavy with the cacophony of wildlife, but beneath the surface, a sinister presence lingered. It was during a moonless night, amidst the rustling leaves and distant cries of nocturnal creatures, that I first encountered them. The entities manifested as shifting shadows, their forms elusive and insubstantial. They whispered in a language that seemed to reverberate through the very earth, their voices carrying ancient secrets and forbidden knowledge. I tracked them through the labyrinthine maze of roots and vines, my flashlight cutting through the darkness like a fragile beacon of sanity. When I finally cornered one of them, it retreated into the depths of the forest with a haunting laughter that sent shivers down my spine. I documented their elusive nature and the chilling effect they had on the villagers, their presence leaving behind a trail of inexplicable phenomena and unexplained disappearances. The experience left me unsettled, questioning the boundaries between reality and myth. The Scottish moors were shrouded in mist and myth, their rugged beauty masking a darker reality. Many reports of spectral apparitions and inexplicable phenomena drew me to this desolate landscape, where ancient ruins and crumbling stone circles bore witness to centuries of history and mystery. It was here that I encountered entities that were born from the very essence of fear itself. They materialized as wisps of fog and malevolent energy, their presence announced by an unnatural chill that permeated the air. I traversed the rolling hills and moss-covered stones, my senses keenly attuned to the eerie silence that hung heavy in the mist. The entities moved with an ethereal grace, their forms twisting and contorting with spectral fluidity. I battled them amidst the remnants of forgotten castles and weather-worn monoliths, their haunting cries echoing through the desolate landscape. They whispered ancient curses and promises of eternal torment, their voices carrying across the moors like mournful laments. Each encounter tested the limits of my courage and resolve, leaving me haunted by the lingering presence of those who had long since passed into legend. The Arctic Circle was a realm of stark beauty and unforgiving cold, where the silence was broken only by the howling wind and the cracking of ice. It was here that I confronted creatures that were as ancient as the polar ice caps themselves. They emerged from frozen tombs as the polar night stretched endlessly, their icy forms reflecting the pale light of a sun that never set. These creatures were amalgamations of bone and ice, with hollow, soulless eyes that glowed with a frigid malevolence. They moved with a grace that belied their monstrous forms, their presence leaving a trail of frozen corpses in their wake. I tracked them across treacherous crevasses and blinding snowstorms, their haunting cries echoing through the desolate silence. Each encounter tested not only my physical endurance but also my mental fortitude, as I battled against forces that seemed to defy the very laws of nature. The Arctic Circle became a battleground where life and death hung in a delicate balance, and I struggled to maintain my sanity amidst the endless expanse of ice and darkness. I succeeded in eliminating the entities, but I lost one finger in the process. The Sahara Desert stretched endlessly before me, its shifting sands whispering secrets of ancient civilizations and buried tombs. I ventured into this unforgiving landscape, where the scorching sun beat down mercilessly and mirages danced on the horizon. Reports of strange phenomena led me to the heart of the desert, where I encountered entities that were guardians of forgotten treasures and lost secrets. They manifested as swirling vortexes of sand and whispered promises of power and damnation. Their eyes gleamed with an otherworldly intelligence, their forms insubstantial yet undeniably malevolent. I battled them amidst towering dunes and oppressive heat, their voices carrying through the desert winds like echoes of a forgotten time. Each encounter left me questioning the boundaries between reality and myth, as I struggled to decipher the cryptic messages hidden within the shifting sands. The entities spoke of ancient curses and forbidden knowledge, their presence a testament to the enduring power of the desert's secrets. I documented their elusive nature and the chilling effect they had on those who dared to uncover the mysteries that lay buried beneath the scorching sands. After I got what I need, I ended their misery. Beneath the surface of the Pacific Ocean, a world of darkness and mystery awaited me. The abyssal trenches were a realm untouched by sunlight, where bioluminescent creatures illuminated the murky depths with their otherworldly glow. It was here that I encountered beings that defied all logic and reason, their translucent bodies shimmering with eerie, pulsating lights. These entities moved with a fluid grace that belied their alien nature, their presence suffused with an ancient malevolence that sent shivers down my spine. I navigated the abyssal depths, surrounded by darkness and the haunting calls of deep-sea denizens. Their eyes burned with an otherworldly intelligence, their movements a hypnotic dance amidst the cold embrace of the ocean's depths. Their alien beauty was a stark contrast to the crushing pressure and endless darkness that surrounded me, leaving me awestruck and terrified in equal measure. The Pacific Abyss became a battleground where the boundaries between the known and unknown blurred, and I struggled to maintain my sanity amidst the haunting depths. The entities almost managed to drown me, but after a long, drawn-out battle I managed to capture one for experiments and questioning. Among the ancient temples and crumbling ruins of Angkor Wat, I confronted entities that were echoes of civilizations long lost to time. The air was thick with the scent of incense and the distant echoes of chanting monks, as I navigated through a labyrinth of towering stone pillars and intricate carvings. These spectral beings manifested as guardians draped in tattered robes and adorned with ancient symbols, their eyes burning with a fierce determination to protect their sacred domain. This mission was only for observing and documenting. Their haunting cries was reverberating through the stillness of the temple complex. They wielded spectral weapons with supernatural precision, their ethereal forms twisting and contorting with an unearthly grace. In the end, I could see them entering a tunnel of the ancient mysteries that lay hidden within the temple's shadowed halls. The entities spoke in whispered tongues, their voices carrying echoes of forgotten rituals and divine wrath. They guarded secrets that threatened to rewrite history itself, their presence a testament to the enduring power of the past. I documented their elusive nature and the chilling effect they had on those who dared to disturb the sacred silence of Angkor Wat. In the remote glaciers of Patagonia, where the air was thin and the landscape frozen in time, I encountered beings that were as ancient as the ice itself. They emerged from the depths of crevasses and icy peaks, their bodies encrusted with frost and their eyes as cold and merciless as the glaciers they called home. These giants of frost and fury moved with a deliberate grace that belied their monstrous forms, their thunderous roars echoing through the frozen wilderness. I pursued them across treacherous terrain and towering ice walls, their presence a stark reminder of nature's primal forces. These beings were too big for me to harm directly, so I placed out traps and took them out. None of this could be compared to the final confrontation in the shadowed forest. It was in the shadowed depths of the Carpathian Mountains that I faced the entity that would forever change me. The forest was dense with an oppressive silence, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves and distant cries of unseen creatures. I had been tracking rumors of a presence that defied description, a creature so ancient and malevolent that its very existence threatened the balance of our world. As I ventured deeper into the heart of darkness, the air grew thick with a palpable sense of dread. The trees seemed to close in around me, their gnarled branches twisting like the fingers of a malevolent specter. And then I saw it, a shape in the shadows, a flicker of movement that sent a chill down my spine. The entity emerged slowly, its form coalescing from the darkness like a nightmare-given flesh. It stood taller than any man, its eyes burning with an otherworldly intelligence that seemed to pierce through the very fabric of reality. Its skin was a patchwork of scales and leathery hide, adorned with ancient runes that pulsed with a faint, ominous glow. Its limbs were sinewy and powerful, each movement deliberate and calculated. I raised my weapon, my hands trembling despite years of training and experience. The entity regarded me with a mixture of curiosity and disdain, as though I were an inconsequential insect in its vast domain. It spoke, its voice a low, guttural growl that reverberated through the forest like a thunderclap. It spoke of forgotten realms and lost civilizations, of aeons spent in solitude and contemplation. I fired, the gunshot echoing through the trees like a desperate plea for salvation. The entity moved with preternatural speed, dodging my bullets with an ease that mocked my efforts. It retaliated with the fury born of centuries of isolation and betrayal, its claws tearing through the air with deadly precision. I stumbled back, blood pounding in my ears as I fought to regain my footing. The battle was fierce and relentless, each blow sending shockwaves of pain through my battered body. I dodged and parried, my movements fueled by a primal instinct for survival. But the entity was relentless, its attacks coming with increasing ferocity and cunning. It toyed with me, testing my resolve and pushing me to the brink of exhaustion. In a moment of desperation, I unleashed a barrage of gunfire, the bullets finding their mark with a sickening thud. The entity staggered back, its form flickering like a dying ember. For a fleeting moment, victory seemed within reach, a fleeting illusion shattered by the entity's unearthly roar of defiance. It lunged forward with a speed that defied logic, its claws ripping through my defenses with savage intensity. Pain erupted through my body, the world spinning as darkness closed in around me. I fought against the overwhelming tide of agony and despair, my vision blurred and senses dulled by the onslaught. And then, as suddenly as it had begun, the attack ceased. I lay on the forest floor, gasping for breath as the entity loomed over me with a chilling indifference. It spoke once more, its voice a haunting whisper that echoed in the depths of my fractured mind. It spoke of inevitability and the futility of resistance, of a world teetering on the edge of oblivion. I fled then, my body battered and broken, my spirit shattered by the revelation of my own insignificance. The forest closed in around me, a labyrinth of shadows and half-forgotten dreams. I stumbled through the darkness, haunted by the knowledge that I had glimpsed something beyond my understanding, something that defied explanation or redemption. Now, I am a fugitive, haunted by the memories of my past and the knowledge that I can never escape the darkness that pursues me. For my own security, I have changed my name in this confessions. The government wants to get rid of me because I know too much. This is my confession, the story of how I became a hunter of shadows, and how, in the end, I was hunted by them in return.